up guys, Legion here. Welcome to the Moki training tutorial. Once you connect your wallet, you should see your Mokis here. So my 24-hour training just finished, so let's see the results. And we got a good training, +4 strength, which is very little for 24 hours. But first of all, why are we training our stats, which are here? 4 is very little compared to my basic stats, which are, by the way, given by your fur type. Like this 18 bonus is given by my fur type, and then my base stats are given by my class, which is a flanker. You have here all of the classes and what benefits you get for each class. Specialists have 400 in a specific skill, like striker has 400 dex and 200 fortitude and 200 speed, and so on. That's what each arrow means. And generalists have 200 in everything except one skill. And specialists have 2 completely lacking skills. Now, why do we train? We train to help our team win. That's the purpose of this preseason, to win and to get the champion, because top 100 will get the rewards. And I will show you some games, but we have 3 types of winning conditions, to say so. Riding the ward. So if you want to win like that, defense is your stat to train. The ball collection win condition, and you would level up fortitude and dexterity if you want to go for that. And the military, which also helps the ward and the ball. And you would want to get more buff stats, like defense and strength. I don't know which one of these is the best. We have to do some data analysis on a lot of games, but if I get access to that data, I will analyze it to see if one type of winning condition is more prevalent than others. But I would assume, and I will personally go for the military victory and the buff stats, because I also have high defense and high strength, but also because my personal opinion is that killing the enemies will also help you with the other winning condition as well, because you will defend your ward and you will defend your ball carrying Mokis in your team. Now that you decided on a playstyle, again, I got +4, and that's very little compared to 220. So let me show you how to start training. You select your skill. Let's go for defense. And we have here an hourly bonus. So if you have time, you want to do the 2-hour training, but you don't want to have, but it's better to have 2 hours in a steady training than no hour in quick training. So when you go to sleep, go for a steady or marathon, or else if you're active, go for a quick training. You want the highest hourly bonus. The black zone is the percentage of the training to fail. If you fail the training, you get 0 skills. So if you go for the low duration, that means you could afford to go for the highest training, because you want to lose a lot. But if you go for a full day of training, you want the least chance to fail that training, so you don't lose 24 hours. That's more or less the idea. Locked-in is pretty risky. And it's so risky because you can use extra items that cost gems, aka real money, to cut down the chance of failure. So if you go for locked in, the Lucky Moki is almost mandatory, to say so, but I will do it without. And this is how much I will get. The OK will give me 0.3, then the double, aka good, will give me 0.6. And then if I get the great training, I will get 1. You saw I got good training the last time, aka the ×2, on a marathon training. That's what I had. And of course, 33%, aka 1/3 chance to fail. If you're okay with the stats, start the training and set a timer for 2 hours to make sure to train again, so you don't have your Moki sleeping. Now, this is a game played by my Moki, which he's pretty bad. Not gonna lie, he died 3 times. My Moki almost solo lost this game. Yeah, military victory means we killed the other Mokis, aka the strength and defense and the buff stat. Now, my Moki doesn't really compare to the specialized Mokis in those stats. Like with Moki that have 400 strength or 400 defense. That's a far cry for my guy. But you could change your class. You could change your class. For example, actually, I think this one is pretty good. You need speed for before you get the buff, and then defense and strength. Only the bruiser has 400 strength. But again, we don't really know for sure if that's the best way to win the military. They said that all of the win conditions are balanced, so it's also luck based depending on your team, what stats your team has, the other Mokis. This is how you change your class if you want to do that. Speed is also very important. Movement speed before you get the buff. And again, your stats will also influence what your Moki wants to do. And generalist, I think they will try to do everything, and they might suck at everything. But if your Moki is full strength, all they will try to do is get the buff and kill others, and so on. That's why maybe the defense is not that good, because he will try to ride the ward more when the point of it is to get the buff. So yeah, we don't know yet, but that's what the stats do. That's why we train. And that's it for this video. Have fun, Legion out.